We're down here at Näs Fabriker, Pannhuset, Café and Restaurant, and I'm gonna shoot a commercial for them that they can use on their social media pages and as a promo for the new opened cafe or restaurant. If you want a little bit of coffee, they got that. If you want to have an entrecote, such as the one in the video that you just saw, they got that too. My weapon of choice for this sequence is going to be the Sony a7S III together with the 24mm 1.4 GM lens. The reason I like this lens so much is mainly because it gives you a very nice background blur even though it has a really wide field of view. The a7S III gives you the opportunity to shoot log 120 FPS, 4K, all that good stuff that we can use to slow things down when we jump into the editing process later. The editing is by far my favorite when it comes to these kind of videos, but what is more important is to have the right piece of music, because without it, everything just falls flat. And I want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, which is Artlist. I have been using Artlist ever since I first shot my first B-roll way back in 2019, and I use them to this day for all the music for my videos. And I want to show you a little bit on how I find and choose the pieces of music that I use for my videos. One of the first things that I do when I go to Artlist to search for a piece of music is that I take sort by newest. By doing so, you're going to be served the latest and greatest kind of music that no one else has used in their videos as of yet, which is going to make you a little bit unique. And there's also a couple of genres that I almost always stick with. When it comes to these kind of videos, cinematic, blues, and epic stuff. Those are the kind of songs that I want to have in my videos to make it feel a little bit larger than life. And the good thing about Artlist is that you can sort by mood, video theme, genre, and even the instrument that is playing in the song that you're looking for. And when I found the song that I like, I add it to one of my collections so that I know that I can go back and listen to those songs whenever I have a project in mind that I want to use these kind of songs for. I'm going to drop a link in the description. Head over to Artlist, sign up now. You're not going to be disappointed, and let's get back to shooting the video. Let's go. Taste some beer when shooting beer. Okay.
Alright, I can have that.
Recommended. When you're shooting in a place like this, where there's a lot of reflections because you have the stainless steel, think about lighting. Very important, otherwise it's going to bounce everywhere. We're going to use the Nanlite Forza 300B to have as our main light, and the reason that I choose this is because then we can control the temperature of it and adjust the situation to what we want it to look. If we want to have a golden hour coming in from over there, then we can have that, but if we want to have daylight, we can use that as well. The light is standing behind us right now, and you can see that it reflects onto the metal surface a little bit too much. So when I'm coming in from this angle with the camera, this bounces in so that we can see the artificial light a little bit too much. So we're going to try to see if we can sort of like hide it, something like that, and then have that in the background a little bit blurred out. I think that is going to be good. I'm going to do a couple of tries to see how it feels so that we get the feeling of getting into the B-roll. Everything is about timing when it comes to shooting this kind of video. I get a time with him, he's got a time with me. Together, Master Pizzo. If you want to learn how to edit, check out my Final Cut Pro course. Really good for those of you that wants to dive deeper into Final Cut Pro. When it comes to the ambient light, I am using Nanlite Power Tubes to put in the background and make sure that we give a little bit of pop to the background instead of just having it dark. I do think that having ambient lights makes the scene come alive a little bit more. And since we have the fire burning here in the background as well, I want to choose orange because that matches very well with the brand that they want to share in the commercial as well. For some of the shots, I'm going a little bit tighter, and this combo, the 24mm combined with 85mm f1.8, is one of my absolute favorites. I've been using these for the last 3 to 4 years, and I find them to be working extremely well together, especially when you want to have that creamy, nice looking background, shallow depth of field, compress the image, and make the separation a little bit more apparent than what you can do with a 50mm. So I highly recommend you to check this out if you're looking for a tight lens. When it comes to shooting a sequence, sequence like this, one of the most important things to think of is the framing, the focus point, and the movement that you do. And so if you're looking at these clips, when I'm shooting the actual video, you can see that I'm moving my entire body, because you want to make sure that you keep the camera tight and close to your body so that you're not out in the extremities of your arms, because that is just going to give you a shaky image. So stay with your entire body when you're moving the camera around to get that sort of like robotic feeling that you see in this short B-roll epic sequence. Whoa! When it comes to the framing, I do think that if you're shooting for social media, it's very important to keep your subject in the middle of the frame. Try to make sure that you always have the crop ratio so that you can just pick and choose the video clips that you want to use for social media as well, and that you can crop it and deliver to clients. All in all, it's just a matter of what you can think of when it comes to process of what you're doing, and then try to capture that as interesting as you possibly could. I don't know. Okay. Oh. Jag skulle bara försöka fånga det. Jag tänkte, fan nu drar jag på lite när jag ändå håller på. Shoot is done. Felt good. A little bit tight on time. I think we spent a total of approximately 2 hours of shooting and then another hour of rigging up the different lights and probably a whole lot more of editing. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this video. And again, if you want to learn how to edit, check out my course, Final Cut Pro. I'm going to link it down in the description. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that because I would love to see you in the next video. If you like the video, do give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video.